Oh,
And we are live.
hey.
Good evening, folks. Mobile Geezer and TED Talks here. We're expecting Oscar back again from last week, so
Oh,
hopefully
Mike.
he'll be here any minute. And Nigel, well, let me tell you who was here. Six was here a while ago. Six
Mhm.
Louise. Renz has been here for a while. Nigel just popped in with his brand new Huawei Mate 20 X5G. And wow, Eleanor is back. Hi, Eleanor.
Oh, that's Eleanor. I didn't recognize it with the name.
Now, this is the other Eleanor that used to be with us a couple of years ago. Remember,
Oh,
she used to be here every week? Elea. No, this one is spelled Elenore. And my Eleanor is Eleanor. So they're different. But she's a wonderful lady, and she sent me a tweet this week that she was probably be back, and we're so glad you're back. Now we got two Eleanors in a row, one behind the other. There you go.
yes. Well, welcome back, Miss E. I think I'll call you that to avoid any confusion on this stream.
Yeah, let's do it right. Welcome back. Okay. And Eleanor's here now. All right, so we got six, Renz, Nigel, Eleanor, and that's it so far. So welcome all. Glad you're here. And Ted's got his lighting right. Oh, and he didn't mess with us with the dark to light lighting tonight. You noticed that? He's broken tradition.
I forgot my remote.
Oh, okay. I knew there had to be a reason.
And I'm also always the attempt to try something new. This isn't my usual lens. This
Okay.
is my portrait lens,
Okay.
my moneymaker lens.
Do you like it better?
I mean, look at it. It's beautiful.
Well, look who's in it. I figured I'd say it before you did. You know.
But I mean, it's fantastic for photos, but for videos, it's a bit of a pain for videos. Nobody really uses it for videos because it's so hard to get focus right.
Looks good right now.
Yeah. When it's in manual focus, yeah, I'm like, you don't have to worry about it. You just got to find the right spot. There it is. And you just got to stay there.
Okay. I'm wearing my old BB-8 shirt tonight.
And speaking of also bringing something back, what's that artwork you got there?
Oh, well, my favorite artist in the world used to be Dali, but now it's Escher has overtaken him. So it's Escher #1, Dali #2. So for tonight, I decided to put as my background MC Escher's most famous painting, which is people walking upstairs, but you can't ever decide which way is up in his paintings. And if you look at the on the YouTube, that's the same one I use for the thumbnail. So I decided from now on, when I have a picture behind me, I'll use that for the thumbnail. So MC Escher is my favorite artist, and yes, I am weird. That's why he and Dali are my two favorite artists. And I guess for Renz, you better tell him what the sponsor is tonight.
Hey, welcome, Will. Good evening.
Yo, Will, we sent you a link, Will, if you want to drop in here. And we have both Eleanors back.
Like, could have sworn I saw that Sam Escher painting, but in color. That's what's.
No, I've never seen it in color. I think it's always black and white. I've never, unless somebody did a colorized version of it, but I think it's the original's in black and white. Almost all of Escher's paintings are in black and white.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't remember ever seeing a color painting from him at all. Now, when I start putting Dali in the background, then you're going to see color. You're also going to see very, very weird. That man had a very weird mind. Days One's in here. What's up, sir? And Matt Josephson. Glad to see you, sir. Glad you both came in. You're sitting there looking very confused.
Yeah. There's these times where I just go like a whirlwind on Twitter. And then, when I take a step back, when you take a, then when you come back to it, you see notifications, then you just see like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you're going to get swamped when you stay away for a little bit.
But no fires though. That's good.
That's a very good thing.
But what stuck out to me though is apparently very annoying, but Sony is doing a Q&A regarding their smartphone, the Xperia 1 Mark III, on Instagram. That's annoying.
Okay.
On July 14th, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And
Meaning
so
you'll have to get on Instagram?
well, yeah, at least they said, you know, we can put the questions on Twitter, and that's what I was doing.
Okay.
So far, I have, how many questions do I have? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 questions all lined up.
Okay. So that means you'll have to run out and get that phone in the next couple of days, right?
What does it matter if I get in this? It's going to come out in August regardless.
Okay. So
Hey,
have you
Crystal,
pre-ordered it?
No, I haven't pre-ordered. I have until September to pre-order it for me to get the free headphones. So
Yes, I know. Okay. Just pushing you.
I just found out some bad news. Apparently, I just discovered GSM Arena, really good reviewers, apparently.
I know them.
Yeah. They were the only ones, thank goodness, that mentioned that apparently the phone cannot do 4K and 120 hertz at the same time. So apparently, whenever the phone does 120 hertz, the resolution starts being rendered at 1080p.
Oh, that's as high as okay. All right. Well, you know, if it can be done, it's going to cost money, and you know how much money can they put into the thing? Because if they put more money into developing it, they got to put more money. You know, they got to cost us more money.
That doesn't make sense about the money. The phone can already do 120 hertz.
I understand that.
Has a 4K panel. Like I don't.
Programmatically, you have to somewhere in an app. You've got to go program it to do both at the same time. That costs money. That's development.
Yeah, I don't know. From the way they said it, it looks like they programmed it for it to be not happening at the same time.
When you have two different functions on the phone, the only way they work together is if there's something talking to them at the same time. That's a program or an app.
It seems like they put efforts to make sure that they don't happen at the same time, though.
I don't know. You can't make two functions work together without some programming. It's not possible. It's impossible. I guarantee you that as a programmer. You know. Ask Oscar. No, Oscar.
That was a beautiful intro. Good work, George.
Oscar's in here. You're starting arguments with Oscar. He's complaining that the 120 hertz and the 4K on the Sony phone will not work at the same time. And I'm saying, since you have two different functions on the phone, somebody's got to write some code to make those two functions work together. Am I right or wrong?
Oh. Well, they can, will they? No.
No, but that's my point. I'm telling him they don't automatically work together. Something's got to be written to make them work together.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. And I said that costs more money. That means that's more development, which means you're going to raise the price of the phone.
I get, like, you know, someone has to make sure, but if you're going to put two features on a phone that you've been marketing heavily on, the world's first 4K 120 hertz display, like, you would make sure that, you know, at some point, they both work at the same time.
I do agree. If you're going to tout them both in the same sentence, you probably should do that. I agree with you.
Sony guaranteed that it doesn't happen at the same time.
So you're
telling get one or the other.
Wait, so you're telling me that the new Sony phone, you can't do 4K and the 120 hertz at the same time?
At the same time, right?
As soon as 4K comes on, the resolution the refresh rate drops to 60 hertz, and when 120 hertz comes on, the resolution will be rendered at 1080p.
Exactly. Who just said? Oh, and he said GSM Arena tested that.
It's not that they tested that. Sony told them that.
Oh, Sony told them that. Oscar, you're popping in and out on me. Okay, I think we lost him for a second.
No, just fixing my camera.
Oh, okay. All right. Don't scare me. I'm an old man. I could have a heart attack and fall over.
So I'm just feeling salty, like, people I've been talking to, people who do gaming, and they said, technically it would be impossible that a mobile phone can, do 4K and 120 hertz. But, that's how they market it. And, I'm paying $1,300 for this phone. So if they can't.
And I agree. If they're going to say the two things together, you ought to make them work together. And
So
maybe they're right. Maybe they're right. Maybe it is impossible. Yeah.
So I'm just thinking out, like, what's the point of getting this phone then? Like, I might as well just get the Xperia 5 Mark III or 5 Mark II, which always does 120 hertz refresh rate at least. Or get the Xperia 1 Mark II, which, does the 4K.
We expect you to have a Sony phone at some time soon, whatever it is.
I got a Sony camera. Does that count?
Okay. I have a Sony camera too.
There we
As a
go.
matter of fact, I have a very old Sony camera, but I'm a very old guy, so that makes sense. Yeah,
It matches.
exactly. I stay in sync, and of course,
Yeah.
I'd always rather be in sync than in toilet. Okay, that's one of my standards. You'll get used to it. Okay, so now he's messing around with his. I was just going to go to the first story. Okay. I know you guys just like to mess with me. That's okay. Let's freak out the old guy's mind. Okay.
Never. We would never do that to you, George.
I played in rock bands for a lot of years. It's hard to freak out my mind. Yo, Alan. Alan's in here from Phone Tech at Work. What's up, sir? You're in here with Ted and Oscar, and I'm hoping Oscar becomes a regular because he's terrific. And
Thank you.
some of the usual people are back. Even our old friend Eleanor is back. And what is she saying? Musical cameras. Yeah, it's like musical chairs. It's true. Exactly. Very good point, Eleanor. Very good point. So now we have two Eleanors in here just to confuse you guys. I can keep them straight.
Oh God, it's so hot. Ugh.
What, your wife tell you that?
I wish.
You should have said yes.
Nah.
Okay,
so I'm just the fat guy that's in the corner.
Oh. I thought I was the one who had the low opinion of himself. I already have a lock on that, so.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I'll just pick on you then. It's easier.
Exactly, and I'm used to it, So I'm sitting here happy with my new laptop. I've got 3 displays working at once, and I would show you, but I don't want to move my camera. So I'm very, very happy. My laptop renders at least twice as fast as my old desktop did, and I'm very happy with everything.
That's good.
Yep. Okay, so we ready to go over the? Oh no, wait! You got to tell Renz this. You haven't told Renz what the sponsor is.
Is Renz here?
Yes, Renz is here. As far as I know, he hasn't said he's leaving for work yet, so I think he's still here.
Okay. Well, welcome to another episode of Friday Night Tech Talk, brought to you by Talenti Gelato.
Okay, again with the gelato. You like that stuff, don't you?
What do you mean again with the? When was the other time?
See, Will's appreciating my humor.
Last time was sorbet. This is actual gelato, pistachio flavor.
Yo,
Yeah,
Leo's
there's
in
a
here.
difference, George.
Yeah, that's true. Leo's in here. Android Stud's in here.
Check
All
your
right.
local retailers, supermarkets for a buy one get one offer for Talenti Gelato and sorbet.
Gelato. I'm not a gelato fan myself.
Look, for me, if I get ice cream, it's an Oreo milkshake. That's it.
Okay. That's the only thing you have?
Milkshake? That's not even ice
Or-
cream.
Either just like cookies and cream ice cream, or a cookies and cream milkshake, or just cookies and cream sundae, or
Okay.
Cookies and cream.
He likes cookies and cream. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Who told
Talenti
you?
doesn't give us money. My gosh. Like 2 people that don't even like ice cream. And
I love me some
also
ice
brought to
cream.
you by
Okay.
Watermelon. Mm-mm. Enjoy a nice summer fruit that all races enjoy during the hot summer sun.
Yes. Now that is true. All races enjoy it. I do not eat watermelon, and I don't like watermelon. But that's just
Oh,
me.
oh. If I'm somewhere and they offer me
90% water.
watermelon,
Okay.
He helps you rehydrate in that sun.
And here's Anthony. My Project 13 is in here. Okay, he's asking you directly a question, Ted. What is the best Sony smartphone to buy right now? You're the expert.
you're the Sony guy, Ted.
Yeah,
Tell him.
Xperia 1 Mark III. That's the best one.
Better than Xperia 2.
There is no, yeah, I mean, it's better than the 2.
Okay. Okay. There you go,
watch,
Anthony. Straight from the horse's mouth. Of course, Eleanor. I can attest to the fact she loves watermelon.
At least somebody likes what the sponsors of the show. Jeez.
And
What
our
would you
other Eleanor is saying you're making her hungry. See what you did?
I'm between two guys that don't like ice cream, for goodness sake.
I love ice cream.
I like ice. Oh, I like ice cream. I never said I just
like
like
ice cream.
a certain
I'm not crazy about
flavor of ice cream.
gelato. They're not.
You said you like milkshakes.
He likes.
And how
milk.
do you make a milkshake, Ted? What do you use to make a milkshake? Tell me.
ice
According
cream
to
in my
McDonald's,
world?
they use that frozen powder stuff because it was too expensive to refrigerate it.
Well, I make my
They
own
also say they
milkshakes. I
use
make them
ice
with
cream.
ice cream.
They also say they use ice cream, but their ice cream machines are always broken. So think, Oscar.
I'm not
Maybe
McDonald's,
they're
first of
only
all.
broken in Texas, in Connecticut. Maybe in Connecticut and Tennessee they work just fine, right?
Oh
Oscar?
no, George, they're broken everywhere. Like that's real thing.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because my friend's like, "Yo, let's go to McDonald's get $1 ice cream." I'm like, you know what? They're $1, right? He's like, "No," I was like, because they never sell any because the ice cream machine's always broken.
Okay.
So they'll pitch it at $1 and they'll be like, "Oh, we don't have any," so they can't make money or lose money.
That doesn't count, Oscar. That's like saying you like the chocolate chip cookie, but you don't like chocolate chips. Doesn't make any sense.
Now look at this alt dead text snuck in here.
David,
Yeah, super chat. Thank you, David.
Hey,
Very
David,
much.
what's up?
Glad to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. And let me go back. Thank you very much, David. And Alan says the Mark II is going for 600 on Swapper. What's the difference between the 2 and 3? He hasn't been keeping up. Oh yeah, we needed that.
was that necessary?
All right, tell him the difference, Ted.
Actually, Mobile Geezer, could you share, give him the link to Some Gadget Guy's video? He did a video today about that on the differences.
Yeah, I have to watch that.
Yeah.
I was working today, so obviously I haven't watched it. Let me go see if I can find it.
Should be in your feed, or you'll find it on his channel. It's the most recent thing he's done.
Yeah,
In the
okay.
meantime, I'll just tell him that the Mark III can do 120 hertz, so which is helpful for if you play games. But when it does it, it's not going to be playing it at 4K resolution. Just so you know. Yeah.
David has a good
You're
point.
really upset. Go ahead, David. Let me see. Wait a minute.
And Mark III
I need to know.
Yep, the Mark III also has a better DAC, so the headphone jack, if you play music through it, has even less distortion coming through. You also have the variable telephoto lens, so you can do 70 millimeter and 100 millimeter with the telephoto lens on the Xperia Mark III. The Xperia 1 Mark III also has better haptics.
All right. So you want me to do the one with the latest Xperia 1.3 versus 1.2 worthy of 1 year upgrade, right? That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one that just came out. Yeah, but yeah, thank you, David. Thank you, Will. Hey, you see
what do
it?
you-
Look at that gentleman.
What do you think? What do you
It's an
think?
What are they
improvement,
saying?
really. Hey, after you do your time, you got to come up and level up. As George's production decreases a little bit, I gotta step up to pick up the slack.
How did my production decrease? What did I miss?
You were on a desktop before, and now you're on a
Yeah.
laptop.
Okay, yeah, and I'm on a laptop that's twice as fast, and I've got 3 displays working at one time. Here's the link to Some Gadget Guy's latest video on the Mark III versus, what is it? Mark 3 versus 1, right? No,
It's the Mark II versus the Mark
2
III.
versus the 3. Okay, gotcha. Anyway, there's the link, but you can't click on it. You have to copy and paste it. So, but it's there.
Also, George, you said your green screen. They used to have moving images. Now you just have still images.
No.
I like the
I can
infinite
change
steps,
that
though.
anytime I want, but I just said tonight I'm going with my favorite artist. So that's why I went with MC Escher.
Ted, answer the man. He wants to know
Oh,
what
I
lens
thought you were
and
just
camera you're
complimenting.
using.
I thought you were just complimenting.
No,
me, David.
no one just gives you a compliment. Like, we need answers.
Was it just with us giving me the compliment?
You
so,
can't accept the compliment if you answer him.
So right now it's actually the Fujifilm X-H1, and what's different really is the lens. The lens is the 56 millimeter 1.2, so it has a very, very big hole. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I knew you guys had to go there. I knew that.
So yeah,
Great minds think alike.
It's a bokeh master, as you can clearly see, like it's all background. Problem though is that because it's so wide open, it's actually pretty shitty for video and autofocus. So it's I put the camera on manual focusing, which is what I'm always telling you to do, David. So it's on manual focus. I'm staying here.
David, you're making his head bigger. You know that, right?
And then, of course, there was and then the better audio is from courtesy of El Jefe, Jeff. He recommended the Samsung, which I got from Prime Day, and you're now hearing this sick, luxurious voice. Yeah, baby.
God, don't. Please don't. Please don't.
Straight into your ear canals, gentlemen, with your headphones and ear pods, coming to you live. All right.
All right. So Anthony's going to be doing his research, which, of course, Anthony's very big on doing his research always, so that's a good thing. All right.
David, don't do it. It's a trap. Don't go Fuji. It's a trap.
Okay. He said, and then he followed that up with what? Oh, Anthony did watch some Gadget Guys video already. Okay.
But yeah, if you wanted to do Fuji and get this bokeh, yeah, you can. If you must insist on doing autofocusing, then you would have to get the 50 millimeter one. Like that's literally the aperture size 1. Also, it has an even bigger aperture than this lens right now.
Look what he's saying. Look at, I think he's falling in love with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm beautiful. Well, I am beautiful.
David's never said anything that nice to me.
In everything away. Whereas the Fuji, the 51 is about $1,500. The one I'm on now is $1,000, but usually, it's an older lens, so you can buy it used for around $600, $650.
Okay.
Phone tech at work said I downgraded from my A7 III to my ZV-1. Yeah, I want to do the opposite. So if you want to just get rid of the A7 III,
huge.
Yeah, I always need the simple, so I'd go in that direction.
Damn. Yeah, what did David say? I can't see David's comment. Let me see. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
shut up.
Look, if Ted, if you're going to pump up yourself, you got to go with something like, "Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. I can't wait to look in the mirror. I get better looking each day. To know me is to love me. I must be a hell of a man. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble, but I'm doing the best that I can." That's the kind of song you got to go with.
Nah, the song I'm going to go with is, "Oh, it's hard out here to be a pimp." Mm.
Oh God.
We are sinking fast.
Way too fast. I'm trying to set up my ISO right now and
you're messing with my eyes the way Ted usually does.
It's okay. Oscar trying to keep up. It's all right, Oscar. That's how we get better.
Okay.
It's how we get better, Oscar. It's all right. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. Good point, David. Good point. He's trying to be Morgan Freeman.
I might have a little bit of work and much more tanning to do for that.
I don't need a whole lot more tanning. I spend an awful lot of time in the sun on my bicycle. I showed somebody my ankles the other day, and I showed them the difference between the summer, my arms versus my ankle. They couldn't believe the difference in color.
Oh, wow. You must have really liked the person. Isn't that how, women back in the day were flirting? They showed the ankles?
Yeah, but not being a woman, I've never showed the ankles to flirt. I have other ways I can flirt.
Because,
Thank you, Cisco.
That's back in the days how the woman wanted to let you know that you could get it. They show a little bit of the ankles.
Alan, I don't have a TikTok account. Eleanor has gotten into TikTok a lot lately. She's always putting something from TikTok up on Facebook.
And by Eleanor, is that Missy?
TikTok, though.
Is that again? No. That's my ex. She's doing a lot of TikTok.
I did not know that.
See, David is making those girls were flappers. Yeah, we're talking back in the 20s. Even I wasn't born then.
Oh.
Okay, are we ready to go to some stories?
Yeah.
All right, I got the show notes open right here.
Okay, very good. All right, I'm going to share the first story, if I can. I'm working with 3 screens for the first time in a while, so we'll see how this goes.
You must be really happy about these 3 screens.
Yes, I'm very happy about it. Okay, I started with this story because I thought, yes, it's about people who have addictions and stuff, but I thought it because of the privacy, the security, and what these people are doing, I just thought this should be if it's not a big deal to people, it should be a big deal to people. So, this was on TechCrunch. Opioid addiction treatment apps found sharing sensitive data with third parties. Widely used apps are accessing unique device identifiers that can track users. Now, let me see if I can get rid of some of these commercials. Review mode. Okay. Several widely used opioid treatment recovery apps are accessing and sharing sensitive data with third parties, a new investigation has found. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and efforts to reduce transmission in the U.S., telehealth services and apps offering opioid addiction treatment have surged in popularity. This rise of app-based service comes as addiction treatment facilities face budget cuts and closures, which has seen both investor and government interests turn to telehealth as a tool to combat the growing addiction crisis. While people accessing these services may have a reasonable expectation of privacy, not anymore, of their healthcare data, a new report from ExpressVPN's Digital Security Lab, compiled in conjunction with the Opioid Policy Institute and the Defensive Lab Agency, found that some of these apps collect and share sensitive information with third parties, raising questions about their privacy and security. I agree 100%. The report studied 10 opioid treatment apps available on Android: Bicycle Health, Boulder Care, Confident Health, Dynamic Care Health, Cadence Health. Check this out, Lucid. I would not go with an app called Lucid. Okay, Pair, Reset O, Pursue Care, Sober Grid, and Work at Health. These apps have been installed on at least 180,000 times and have received more than $300 million in funding from investment groups and the federal government. Despite the vast reach and sensitive nature of these services, the research found the majority of these apps access unique identifiers about the user's device and in some cases share that data with I think that's really, really low, especially on people who are trying to beat addiction. Of the 10 apps studied, 7 access the Android advertising AAID, a user-generated identifier that can be linked to information to provide insights into identifiable individuals. 5 of the apps also access the device's phone number. 3 access the device's unique IEMI and IMSI numbers, which can also be used to uniquely identify a person's device. And 2 access a user's list of installed apps, which the researchers say can be used to build a fingerprint of a user to track their activities. I mean, to me, this is really low, I think. Many of the apps examined are also obtaining location information in some form, which, when correlated with these unique identifiers, strengthens the capability for surveilling an individual person, as well as their daily habits, behaviors, and who they interact with. So you're going to take somebody who's addicted already, and you're going to start spying on them and following them around. That's a really nice thing to do. One of the methods the apps are doing this is through Bluetooth. 7 of the apps request permission to make Bluetooth connections, which the researchers say is particularly worrying due to the fact that this can be used to track users in real-world locations. Well, yeah. Bluetooth can do what I call proximity tracking. So if you're in the grocery store, it knows how long you're in a certain aisle, how close you are to someone else. Sean O'Brien, principal researcher at ExpressVPN's digital security lab, who led the investigation, told TechCrunch, Bluetooth is an area I'm pretty concerned that, yeah, I would be too. I'd like to beat the crap out of those people. Another major area of concern is the use of trackers SDKs in these apps, which O'Brien previously warned about in a recent investigation that revealed that hundreds of Android apps were sending granular no less, user location data to Xmode, a data broker known to sell location data to U.S. military contractors. Oh, that's nice. And now banned from both Apple and Google's app stores. SDKs, or software development kits, are bundles of code that are included with apps to make them work properly, such as collecting location data. Often SDKs are provided for free in exchange for sending back the data that the apps collect. Confidentiality continues to be one of the major concerns that people cite for not entering treatment. Existing privacy laws are not totally up to speed. You can say that again. While the research is keen to point out that it does not categorize all uses of trackers as malicious, particularly as many developers may not even be aware of their existence within their apps, they discovered a high prevalence of tracker SDKs in 7 out of the 10 apps that revealed potential data sharing activity. Some SDKs are designed specifically to collect and aggregate user data. This is true even where SDK's core functionality is concerned. But the researchers explain that an app which provides navigation to a recovery center, for example, may also be tracking a user's movements throughout the day and sending that data back to the app's developers and third parties. So now you're going to take this addicted person who needs privacy and you're going to send that data to who knows where, including government officials. This is really nice. In the case of Cadence Health, Stripe, which is used for payment services within the app, can read the list of installed apps on a user's phone, their location, phone number, and carrier name, as well as their AAID, IP address, IEMI, IMSI, and SIM serial number. An entity as large as Stripe having an app share that information directly is pretty alarming, I'd say so. It's worrisome to me because I know that information could be very useful for law enforcement. I also worry that people having information about who has been in treatment will eventually make its way into decisions about health insurance and getting jobs. Yes, you're probably affecting these people's whole lives. The data sharing practices of these apps are likely a consequence of these services being developed in an environment of unclear, this part kills me, of unclear U.S. federal guidance regarding the handling and disclosure of patient information. The researchers say, though O'Brien tells TechCrunch that the actions could be in breach of 42 CFR Part 2, a law that outlines strong controls over disclosure of patient information related to treatment for addiction. Jacqueline Seitz, a senior staff attorney for Health Privacy at Legal Action Center, said, this 40-year-old law hasn't been updated to record. So the stupid thing can't even recognize apps. What kind of law is that? The confidentiality continues to be one of the major concerns that people cite for not entering treatment.
I mean, yeah, 40 years old. What were you expecting?
Well, you know, when apps came along, shouldn't somebody have thought maybe the law needs to be updated a little bit?
Most of these privacy laws haven't been updated for apps or even websites, like the internet. Like a lot of these privacy laws are still like, you know, you can't share a piece of paper, but like, yeah, it's crazy.
It's nuts. I just think this is terrible because you could literally ruin somebody's life with this kind of crap, in my opinion.
there's more laws right now, like for like mobile stuff, for like applications, for
Right.
accessibility. You can get fined as a developer if you don't have like accessibility options in your application.
Right.
But there's more laws against that right now as an actual privacy, like actually good privacy laws right now.
And privacy is
Yeah,
what
which-
everybody talks about.
Yeah, well, privacy is what everyone talks about. Well, like I feel like David made a good point in one of his last videos. Like people complain about privacy, but then they're out posting every single thing they do on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. And
That's true, but this particularly alarmed me because this is dealing with people who are trying to beat addiction, and you're targeting them. You know, these are like the last people in the world that should be targeted by anybody, especially law enforcement, in my opinion. You know, it's like, okay, you're going to give somebody a second chance, but now you're going to bury them with this crap, in my opinion. Anyway, it would be great to see some leadership from the tech community to establish some basic standards and recognize their collect super sensitive information so that patients aren't left in the middle of a health crisis trying to navigate privacy policies, said Seats. Another reason for those practices is a lack of security and data privacy staff.
What kind of BS is that? Why would they expect to see leadership from the tech community?
Because the tech community, this is my guess, the tech community is always the one, the tech companies, talking about how they value your privacy and security. Then they should be the ones to do something about it, at least then, at the very least, I think.
I don't know. Remember when Mike was during his show? Apparently, when I was with it was this guy who started a nonprofit about, you know, in order to help people get, you know, violent videos of loved ones being killed from Facebook and YouTube. Like YouTube and Facebook had to rely on a nonprofit to help them get stuff off their content.
Isn't that ridiculous?
So like, why would you
And a lot of those volunteers ended up suing Facebook because the amount of trauma they went through because of the shit they had.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And it was so like there's people that have got PTSD from the videos they were forced to watch, and a lot of it was just like really bad stuff. Like I don't even want to get more into detail, but it was just really bad.
And
stuff.
like YouTube and Facebook can't afford to go out and hire some real experts of their own. I mean, come on, guys.
Well, they can, but why would they? Like,
because they're always touting our privacy and security is so freaking important to them. That's why would they?
Point is, that's why I'm just like surprised. Like, it'll be great to see some leadership from like what? Like that's the wrong place to look for it.
Well, you're probably right there. Anyway, all right. Another likely reason for these practices is the lack of security and data privacy staff, according to John Stoltman, director of Opioid Policy Institute, which contributed to the research. If you look at a hospital's website, you'll see a chief information officer, a chief privacy officer, or a chief security officer that's in charge of physical security and data security. This is kind of backing up what you said, Oscar, physical security. But nobody seems to be doing much about your apps. None of the startups have that. Well, they should be required to have, in my opinion. There's no way you're thinking about privacy if you're collecting the AAID, and almost all of these apps are doing that from the get-go. Google is aware of ExpressVPN's finding, but has yet to comment. Gee, what a surprise. However, the report has been released as the tech giant prepares to start limiting developer access to the Android advertising ID, mirroring Apple's recent efforts to enable users to opt out. Well, that's good. There's one you want them to copy from Apple. While ExpressVPN is keen to make patients aware that these apps may violate expectations of privacy, it also stresses the central role that addiction treatment and recovery apps may play in the lives of those with opioid addiction. It recommends that if you are a family member, use one of these services and find the disclosure of the data to be problematic, contact the Office of Civil Rights, I would say immediately, through Health and Human Services to file a formal complaint. The bottom line is this is a general problem with the app economy, and we're watching telehealth become part of that, so we need to be very careful and cautious. There needs to be disclosure. Users need to be aware, and they need to demand better. I absolutely agree. I just thought the whole practice of this was really disgusting, and you really can ruin somebody's life when they need help the most, and you're pushing in the other direction. That's how I see it. I don't know how you guys see it.
I see it as tech companies being tech companies, and it sucks. Well, what can be?
But
Like,
it's
it
not. But
sucks.
it's not. But it's not just tech companies. These are developers that are tracking this and selling it too. You know,
Yeah.
they had to be held accountable too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's my biggest thing, and is that, I guess, not to be like super negative, but like, what can we do?
Yeah, you're kind of right. I think unless the tech companies, Facebook, Google, put some pressure on these app developers, they have no reason to do anything to improve
I don't know.
things.
I think we could, expand HIPAA laws to include this sort of thing.
I agree 100%.
That's the thing we can do.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the whole HIPAA thing is, things are out of control anyway with HIPAA, in my opinion. Okay. Let me see if anybody's in the comments saying anything that.
No, Eric came in, and then my Project 13 was just hating. But otherwise,
why is he saying we went down the wrong road?
I couldn't figure out.
I think it's because,
Anthony, you need to let us know why you said that. Yo, Easy, glad to have you in here, Eric.
While he's here.
I hope Anthony answers that question. I wonder why he said the wrong road. That's interesting. All right, I guess we should move on unless somebody, and any of you guys have any comments on that story. It just kind of riled me up a little bit. But you know me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm just desensitized to vulnerable people getting taken advantage of, I guess.
I'm the kind of guy that has a hard time watching somebody take advantage of people. It's just how I am. You can take advantage of me before I'll watch you take advantage of somebody else. That's just me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say, this is something that should be. I'm more like on legislation, like expanding HIPAA for people seeking help medically.
Rod is in here. What's up, brother? And Keystone Flagship's here. Glad you guys popped in. We got some big shot people popping in here tonight. I like this. Okay. All right. I'm going to go on to the next story. And let's see if I can get it shared. So what I do is I pull it up on one screen, put it over on a separate screen.
And then what do you do with the third screen?
The third screen is where I actually have the stories. I have the stories on one screen. I have us on one screen, and then I pull the story up and put it on the third screen.
By the way, Oscar, you might want to do something about your white balance. It's shifting from blue to green.
Yeah, I see that.
Never mind. I forgot I said anything. I did it now. Damn.
You done messed up.
Ren's is saying hello to everybody. Thank you, Ren's. I'm assuming you're at work.
Should I do the second story?
Yeah, let me get it shared. And
it's amazing how your exposure changes every time you shift your camera around, Oscar. Is it because it's on face tracking?
No, which is what I don't get. Right now, I don't know what's up with my camera, and it's really driving me crazy.
Do you see a green box around your eyes?
No, I see a green box on my face. So yes,
okay,
it is on face tracking.
Usually when it's there's a green box around your face, that means it's gonna be auto exposing for your face. Whenever the green box leaves your face, you might see the exposure change as well.
Yeah, I just turned on product showcase, so I turned off the face detection
tracking
thing.
But regarding your camera, is it on auto white balance? Because you should change that if it is.
I just learned listening to you guys.
Oh my gosh! Welcome, James Apple. I think the first time Sorry, I got started by Oscar Shift.
You saw that, right?
Welcome,
to the
James.
channel.
Glad to have you here.
All right, I'm gonna try to do some color correction in OBS because that's
What?
the best shot.
Color correction, no BS.
Yes, you can do some things in OBS in the settings.
Just
Should we go on, or should we?
yeah, let's go on. Maybe I'm
We
spoiled
can go
from
on.
Fujifilm. Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
spoiled from Fujifilm, I guess. Oh,
Spoiled Fuji.
like, I just set the day, the color temperature on something that's a preset, like daylight, and that's it. You're using your Godox light, right?
Yeah, well, but I'm in a new room. I'm in my in a corner because the kids wanted to be downstairs.
Yeah,
and-
but it's still the Godox light that's lighting you up. So that's a daylight light.
But
Just so you're
that's
on
somewhat understandable, Ted, because every time you change locations on us, you start adjusting things too, right?
Do I? Not the color.
No,
I-
not the color. So
I have to
much.
judge it. I have to judge, yeah, like the composition. I have to start adjusting that and then do a new light. But
There we go.
plowing ahead, let's get to the story. Second story of the
Next.
day.
Look at James. James is showing off.
Oh,
James.
Friday Night Fight. Damn, like we always do.
He's listening to Viper and us at the same time.
Yeah, we always do stuff on the Friday night. Yeah, it's a Friday night. We need to do something on Twitch, George.
You mentioned that. Well,
Yeah.
You can start it first. I started this channel first, and I started this.
Ted.
All right, so YouTube recommendations serve up most viewers wish they'd never seen, study says. This story is by Joan E. Solzman on
Now,
CNET.
Now I can get rid of the. Okay, there we go.
When YouTubers volunteered to report videos they regretted watching, 71% of them were recommended by YouTube's own algorithm, according to Mozilla's study.
I believe that.
Yeah, sounds about right.
You ever scroll YouTube at 3 a.m. all of a sudden you get the whole like watch this dude build a fort at 3, with just his
That's
hands
true.
and like
A lot of people are considering cutting the cable cord. Is this an ad? I can't tell if this is an ad. Let me scroll down.
it sounds like an ad.
Hold on. Something happened. Look. Okay, YouTube's almighty. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm on.
now you're right.
I'm on Safari, so when I put on the reader thing to get rid of the ads.
Okay.
Oh
It's
my
different.
God, the ads are evolving. Holy shit. They changed it to text now.
Well, it's different than Chrome. I'm on Chrome. That makes sense.
Oh my God. Oh my God, this is terrible. The ads are evolving.
Ted's gonna be like, click here to find this promotion. It's like, wait,
God.
where am I clicking?
Jesus. All right, I'm going to have to read it on your
Jesus
thing, George.
Christ.
Can you?
Yeah, your YouTube's almighty recommendation service surfaced most of the videos that crowdsourced army of volunteers said they regretted watching, according to a study released Wednesday by Mozilla based on a regret report from YouTube users. Of the videos YouTube said they regretted, 71% were recommended by YouTube's AI. YouTube also recommended people watch videos that it later removed for breaking its own rules.
Now, is that something they're recommending it and then they remove it for breaking its rules? I mean, come on, guys.
That's kind of like imagine. Now I'm the youngest one here. So I'm sorry, George.
Go ahead.
But like imagine like your parents being like, "Hey, you should go punch that guy in the face," and then you go punch that guy in the face. So they can't. You're grounded.
Yeah, then they come and scold you for it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
No,
called
punching the guy in the
entrapment.
face did feel good. Just saying.
YouTube,
ahead.
the videos that people regretted were more popular on YouTube than those without any volunteer objection. Goes to show you that the algorithm is trash, folk. Go
Sure
to
sounds like it.
Yep, that's why for all you tech people, you need to get yourself over to reddit.com/r/glowing rectangles.
Going to rectangles.
You had to stop and think about it a minute, though,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah. I think I might have forgotten a .com in there somewhere, but Google search it; it'll pop up.
It's
And
the
you can
subreddit glowing rectangles.
I can tell you if you just go in Google search and type glowing rectangles, it'll be the first thing up, I believe.
And hopefully,
really?
if George was on it, he would have put it in the description. No, he did not put it in the description, but it's in the description on his website, though.
It's in the stories every week, as you well know. Don't be beating up on the old guy. Will you go ahead and read the thing?
Yeah, leave
Did
some
he
of
not
that
ask
alone,
for it,
Ted.
Oscar? I could have sworn he asked for it. Did I misremember? I must have sorry, George. I must have misremembered.
English, Ted, English.
In its response, YouTube said its own surveys found its own by its recommendations, saying they generally direct people to authoritative or popular videos. YouTube can't properly review Mozilla's definition of regrettable, nor the validity of its data, the company added. And it noted that it works constantly to improve recommendations, including 30 changes to reduce recommendations of harmful videos in the past year.
Now, what's ridiculous about that, in response, they generally direct people to authoritative or popular videos. Oh, you mean the same videos that you then pull for breaking your rules? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Authoritative or popular videos. And they don't seem to know the definition of what regrettable is. I think we all know what the word regrettable means. Like, you can't really do anything special with the word regret.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Google's massive video site is the world's biggest source for online videos, reaching more than 2 billion viewers every month who watch more than 1 billion hours there every single day. For years, YouTube has vaunted its algorithmic recommendations for driving more than 70% of the times people spend watching YouTube. But the Mozilla's report provides a peek into some of those recommendations' shortcomings. About 9% of recommended regrettable videos, which is a total about 189 videos in this study, were taken down from YouTube. YouTube videos can be removed for a variety of reasons, breaking terms of service, offensive or dangerous content, infringing copyright, so stuff like that. Sometimes the person who posts a video takes it down, but the study confirmed that YouTube removed some videos for violating its policies after it recommended them. That is just bizarre, according to Randy Gurking.
Time out. We got another star to the stream. Okay. Mike is in here.
Hey, hello, everybody.
Hey.
How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Good.
And now we got Cobra Told You in here. Yo, Cobra, good to see you, brother.
Hey. Welcome, everybody.
And Mike, remember Eleanor, the other Eleanor, who we haven't seen for a while?
Yes.
She's in here for the first time in a while.
She hit me up on Instagram. I was like, whoa, hello.
Awesome.
Blast from the past.
There she is.
Yep. Great supporter. Just want to announce today's stream from my end. Hashtag pineapple juice and vodka tonight. So got to keep cool and hydrated. So here we are.
Okay.
I like it.
And in my T-Mobile cup, no marketing's happening right now.
No T-Mobile shirt though.
So should I announce Lipton Green Citrus Tea, or
it enough that it even goes through? It actually shows up.
Except that you can see through the bottle because it's green on a green screen.
That's some good
and
stuff.
Ted, and Ted, I will admit, I saw the comments earlier. You got extra crispy. I don't know what you hit another notch. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, damn.
Showing off.
You know this guy's head is not going to fit through a door when we get through.
I understand that, but
like I said, Michael was happy last week, but then I said, you
tuned it. You tuned it, brother. You did. Oscar, welcome. Hello. Glad to see you're back. Glad we didn't scare you away.
They had to pay me to come back, but yeah, no. I promise Mike will be nicer this time.
Yeah,
okay. The check's in the mail.
I was gonna say, where's my half on this? So
his big house with another super chat. Big house.
Happy Friday is right.
Brother.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
The drinks are flowing.
Yep.
You know what? I'm actually gonna be right back because everyone's talking about drinks, and technically T just put a picture up of some nice bourbon on Twitter. So I'm actually not gonna get some bourbon, but I'll be right back, guys. Give me one second.
Hey, hit the. Yeah, there we go. Oh man, look at him. He's a pro.
I always have my shot before I start the stream, but of course I drink.
Yeah.
I drink Anisette because I was raised with all those guys up in North Jersey.
What do you think he's gonna come back with? A Modelo?
No, I'm
Gatorade. I'll give him Gatorade.
Gatorade.
He comes back with an energy drink. I'm going to say, dude, you need to back off on them. Listen, I just want to also inform. This is not a wife beater. This is one of those tank tops. Okay, it is ultra humid and hot. Now I'm up in technically was part of my attic. And I have the air conditioning blowing as best it can. It's working.
I was going to say, I knew you had an air conditioner up there.
George, I started it when I got home about 7 o'clock, and it just took a little bit of a dent in the humidity at least.
Okay.
But man, it is hot. Hot up there.
Good.
Shit, I called it.
Man.
I called it. It was the first thing out of my mouth.
Did you wait? What did you call beer or did you call?
He called Modelo. He said Modelo.
I'm Puerto Rican. What do you expect? Like, I'm not surprised that he was eating watermelon.
Does the nationality have to? Come on, you could have had a Heineken. I had one, and I'm Polish. Come on.
Dude, let's be honest. I'm Puerto Rican. It was probably Modelo Corona. You had a 50-50 chance with me.
Are you Oscar stereotyping himself? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, earlier I heard Ted talking about watermelon. Okay, and for some, being okay. So and
they get on me because I don't like watermelon, but I know.
Oh man, I tell you. So what's going on, guys? What? Let me ask you this: what excited you this week in the world of tech, in the phone tech? I guess we'll keep it that way.
Well, obviously it was Sony with Ted.
Mm-hmm. Right? I saw the comments from Dave. Man, Dave was like going. Well, first Dave was all over his crispiness. Okay, but then I saw the comments were flying about the Sony phones.
Well, Ted, tell Mike what you were upset about when you found out about it.
Yeah, here this, Mike. Apparently, the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III cannot do 4K and 120 hertz at the same time. It can't do it. It won't do it.
And I have to give Ted props for being mad about it because they keep advertising them together as this is the only phone that can do both. But not together. They're not telling you that.
4K 120 hertz screen. I'm like, but they doesn't do it at the same time.
Guys, do you realize what you're saying here? That like a manufacturer of a piece of tech is telling the truth? Come on now. Come on. We were
just talking about this with the whole opioid story, about selling. Do you expect tech companies are probably the most profitable? Well, they are the most profitable companies out there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't become profitable by being nice to the customers.
I would beg to differ. The most profitable companies out there are drug companies by far. Nobody else comes close.
Okay,
so wait a minute. Tech companies are up there, okay?
They're way up
there. The top 10. They're the top 10.
Okay. Tim Cook and whoever the CEO presently at Samsung is not hurting. Okay.
That's true.
So.
Yeah.
No.
And also,
big health CEOs are not hurting anywhere.
That's true.
The reason I know it was back when I was in Orlando for a while. I was doing some limo driving, and I got put on. I was on this special star of drivers that they put for big shots. Well, one drug company sponsored 20,000 doctors to come to town, paid for all their hotels, all their dinners for 1 week, and that was Pfizer. And they paid for 20,000 doctors, and all we did was sit around and get paid the whole week, just driving these guys to dinners and waiting for them.
Because they expected the doctors to make them money.
That's right. You work for Blue Cross Blue Shield, right?
Up here, but I know in Orlando, I worked for a couple of different. I was mostly a consultant, but when the consulting market went bad and when Y2K passed, And about 2 years later, I was out of consulting work, out of programming for about a year and a half, and then I got back in, which is what happened to almost all the contractors who did programming.
I actually had a completely off topic, but it's funny because I actually had a recruiter call me today for a programming job, and I haven't had a recruiter contact me in like over a year, and I'm just like, nah, I'm good, thanks. Like you sound, I'm good.
But it's usually also one of those jobs, where you applied to like 6 months ago, and then they call you back about your application.
3 years ago, Ted, I applied at this place.
Really?
3 years ago, and they're calling me like, "Hey, we want to know if you're still interested." I'm like, "No, thanks."
That is disrespectful.
That's one of the good things about being a programming
you need to have a
contractor.
conversation about why you kept my application this long. Like, I think by law you have to get rid of it just in case.
Well, he found me on LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay.
But one of the good things about being a programming contractor is you almost never hear about a job unless they really need somebody. So you get jobs quick, Now, Mike asked about a smartphone, and Big House came up with the Qualcomm. Is there a Qualcomm smartphone?
Yes, there is. While
there
all
now?
you guys were wasting breath about the Pixel 6 leaks, wasn't even news. You guys were wasting breath about Pixel 6 leaks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
had
excited
announced-
about that.
Qualcomm announced that they're announcing a smartphone by the end of August, along with their own branded true wireless earbuds. It's essentially going to be the Asus ROG 5, but I don't think it'll have the headphone jack.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Qualcomm's going to release their own phone, but they're going to go through a Asus.
Yeah.
Are they doing it in partnership with Asus somehow?
It's pretty much like how the Nexus went. It's not going to have.
Oh, okay, I got you.
It's not going to have.
Wow.
I'll
Wow.
bring back the Nexus
Come here,
lineup.
Google. Let me just kick you where the sun don't shine. Don't look. It's okay.
But do you think
Google
Google even cares? Like, look how they treat the Pixel. Like,
Point.
I said this
Point.
today on Twitter. Like,
Point. Yeah.
the Nexus line was like hey, manufacturers, this is what we want. Like, we're working with this, and this
And
is
what
we
all the
should do.
techies loved, that's for sure.
And then the Pixel 1 was like, look what we could do. And the Pixel
Right.
2 was like, look, we did it again. The Pixel 3 was like, fuck it, we
Yeah.
give up. The
Well,
Pixel 4 was like,
wait. The Pixel 1 was also, look what we can do at such a price also. Remember?
it was priced okay.
I mean, I
It was
think all four of
pretty
that
good
period was
compared to
priced
what-
okay, though. That was when prices went crazy.
Listen, Oscar. I'm going to tell you something what Will would say, and I credit Will on this. I'll just add a little around this. The Nexus was the pre-beta, and then the Pixel is the beta phone. They're going to test out all their goodies, and then make it for about 6 or 7 months of premiere. These are the features you can get on this phone, and then all of a sudden they're going to release it to the masses. Call screening and tap to wake, and I'm just trying to think of some other things. Even some of the motions from Motorola they did. What's that?
My Pixel.
It's a bit.
my old-
Your
I
old
had the blue
Pixel.
one. Yeah.
See, and
Pixel 4a.
yeah, I'm right now reading comments on here and on my 4A 5G, but yeah, I mean, to your point though, Google really doesn't take this seriously. I mean,
No,
their bread
they
and
don't have
butter
to.
is,
Ads.
their bread and butter is making sure that the Android and and their apps that are on iOS are working buttery smooth, so they can collect the data anyway. So it's just interesting. What's Qualcomm going to do?
Here, Dave has a
with
good
that.
question. Wonder if the Qualcomm phone would receive more updates than the other Android phones
That's a
using
good
Qualcomm.
question. I mean,
Oh, that's
That's a
another.
very
Come here,
good
Google.
question.
Let me kick you now. Okay, let me kick you again.
So 5 years like rumored Pixel series would get. Pixel 6. Interesting.
I don't know. Like Qualcomm has been notorious for we're just satisfied to do 2 years. That's one of the
Exactly.
reasons why they didn't get it. Like they didn't get into with Chromebooks. They didn't want to support longer
Right.
devices for longer than 2 years.
Big House is giving us the specs. 6.7
Yeah,
inch,
no, the-
144 hertz AMOLED, 512 gigabytes, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 4,000 milliamp battery, fast charge, SD.
It's the Asus
888.
ROG 5, except
Okay.
without the headphone jack.
Okay.
And it's
That's
$1,500,
insane.
but they come with true wireless earbuds that I think was tuned by Master Dynamic.
Okay.
So in other words, Big House is first in line right now. He's standing at an Asus retailer
Yes. Yeah.
in
For
I
line
me,
don't know,
right now.
guys. Like, I don't know.
for
This is
me,
not
the,
pick
for
up
me,
too.
the
That's a new
new Z
check.
Flip.
honestly,
For me,
this
the
is
new
not
Z Flip
looking.
was what I'm going to spend that kind of money. And
This is not looking
even-
more attractive, any more attractive with the Sony Xperia 1 Mark III, to be honest.
No, but between what I know about the Sony and what I just heard about this, I would probably go with the Sony.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
mine.
Sony up until September, they'll also give you free earbuds too. So
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. But what if it says though, like the manufacturer, the guy who makes the chips, that's like
Right.
Intel putting out a laptop,
With their name on it.
yeah, with their name on it.
But I gotta go back to Dave's. What I mean, as the manufacturer who makes the chip, it should be they at least who gives you more update support than anybody else. I believe.
That is very true, George. Nvidia does it with their products.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, with the Nvidia
Yeah.
Shield TV, like I think the Nvidia Shield TV is like the longest running Android device to this date with software.
Who
updates.
remembers the HTC HD2?
Which one? HTC.
HTC HD2. It was a Windows 8 phone that came out, I want to say, in
Oh.
2010.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
20
I wasn't into
2010.
phones then.
That phone was able to support, like, now you had to root it. It was originally a Windows phone. You were able to root it and install Android on it, and it was able to support up to Android Oreo until like 2016, which is crazy.
Really? That's
Mhm.
insane.
Yeah, that
So
doesn't
we're
make sense.
talking about now. You had to jump through freaking hoops to get that to happen, but the fact that you could do it, that was
Right.
cool.
Okay.
But officially by the manufacturer, the OEM,
Oh, it lasted like a year.
Nvidia Shield TV.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find.
Yeah, that's way before I got into phones. So
And this guy, RJ Tech, is on Twitter talking about imagine getting 5-year support on an Android.
Oh, actually, they just released another update for that phone and now supports Android 11.
you're kidding?
Who?
Are you serious?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a group of
HTC phone?
developers that are just working on it. Oh my god, there's like fireworks right outside my window. There's a group of developers just working on it, and it's insane. I
amazing.
think the phone came out in 2009. I had it when it first came out. I was the kid in school that like always had to.
You were the nerdy kid.
I was. Everyone came up. Well, I used to fix phones, and like a lot of the time when
Oh,
people
you
came to
were
fix their phone, I
popular
kept
then.
it.
Mm-hmm.
No, not really.
Okay.
So, did you guys see the tweet from, and I cannot pronounce his name, Harushi Lakamir?
Oh,
Am I pronouncing-
he writes for somebody.
No, well, he's like the head mucky muck over at Google. Let me see what is his title.
Okay.
SVP at Google, Android,
Okay.
Chrome OS, Play, and Photos.
Can you
Well-
spell his name?
I can put it in the comments. Let me see.
Yeah. Just spell it because we can do it.
HIROSHI first name, Lock LOCKHEIMER.
HEIM. Okay. And I can't find the search on the screen.
Oh
Oh,
shit!
there it is.
What did I do? No.
HEIMER.
Yeah.
Okay. Timer. Hiroshi. Spell Hiroshi again.
HIROSHI.
Oh, Hiroshi Lockheimer. Okay,
Yeah,
he
I
was head of
follow
the
him on
Pixel
Twitter.
team. Oh, is he still head of the Pixel team?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, somehow he's still involved. So he dropped this tweet about we build an OS available to all free and even supports multiple app stores. It is strange that this suit attacks Android when it provides an unprecedented level of openness and choice. We think they got it wrong. We are defending ourselves. Now, another lawsuit apparently has hit Google, and this one, how I thought I saw a news report on it, was local. Like here in the United States, like 36 states are doing a antitrust against Google right now.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And I just found it like I've never ever seen, first of all, him of all people, and Google posting this. Of course, this is from Wilson White, Senior Director of Public Policy. I didn't even say public relations, public policy. And it's just I read that, and I read some of the other articles, and it's just interesting, how they go into it's just an antitrust thing, and Google's trying to defend themselves, saying we're open, but there's a lot of people who are saying that they're not open, and they they are open, but they're not really open. There's this play protect.
So you're saying they're saying in one thing and doing another.
Yeah. I don't want to. It's an interesting read. Let me see if I can grab this.
I can't find the tweet.
Hold on. Copy.
I'll send it to you.
Okay. You're sending it in messages, right?
Okay, go ahead. Sending it on iMessage. Okay, it's the cool people way of doing it.
Yeah, Blue Bubble, man, Blue Bubble.
Yeah. No problem. I got my iPhone over here. We're good.
I mean, you're sending it in Twitter, Oscar? Yes?
I put it in the comments.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Where's your stream? Oh, here, private chat. I'll even do it that way.
Exactly.
There, I sent it in private chat.
I got it.
I'll also, I know that you were limiting stories, but there was just this was interesting.
No, yeah.
And if you see, wow, they got 40 comments out of this one. They got 40 comments in here. And then you got Corbin Davenport defending Google. And if you don't know who Corbin is or was, he was with Android, or still is with Android Police.
Okay.
So I think I had enough booze in me. Maybe I can get through. I'll try and start reading some of this, if you don't mind.
Yeah, where are you going to start? I got it.
I'm going to start at the top, right from Wilson White.
All right, let me go
screen share it.
I'm screen sharing it right now.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So anyway, we build Android to create more choices in mobile technology. Today, anyone, including our competitors, can customize and build devices with an Android operating system for free. We also build an app store, Google Play, that helps people download apps on their devices. If you don't find an app you're looking for in Google Play, you can choose to download the app from a rival app store. Okay, that threw up some flags. Or direct from a developer's website. We don't impose the same restrictions as other mobile operating systems do.
Shot at Apple. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it's strange that a group of state attorneys, generally close to file a lawsuit attacking a system that provides more openness and choice than others. This complaint mimics a similar meritless lawsuit filed by the
meritless. He had the nerve to call it meritless. Go ahead.
Hey, what's his title again? Get it right. Senior Director of Public Policy. Okay. Okay. So he has the right to call it merit. Okay.
Okay.
Meritless lawsuit. Similar meritless lawsuit filed by the large app developer Epic Games, which has benefited from Android openness by distributing its Fortnite app outside of Google Play. Here's more detail on how the lawsuit gets it wrong. Google Play competes vigorously and fairly.
Okay.
The complaint limits its definition of app marketplace to Android devices only. This completely ignores the competition we face from other platforms such as Apple's incredibly successful App Store, which, sorry, I just had, because he just said, yeah, incredible. But we're just always one step behind them. Oh. And then we kill apps as we develop them. Okay, so
That's
Built
true.
by Google.com.
yeah, so such as Apple, incredibly, which accounts for a majority of mobile app store revenues, according to third-party estimates. We compete for both developers and customers, and
Consumers.
yes, that too. And another swig of drink. Hold on. Okay.
I don't think the drinks are helping, man.
No, when it becomes blurred, then I have too much. And if we're not providing them with the best experience on Google Play, they have other alternatives to choose from. I disagree with that one, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah, exactly.
This complaint alleges that consumers and developers have no options other than to use Google Play, but that's not correct. The choice was always been a core tenet of Android devices. Makers and carriers can preload competing app stores alongside Google Play on their devices. In fact, Android devices ship with 2 or more app stores preloaded. Huh?
He says most. I find that hard to believe.
Wait a minute.
Maybe
In fact,
you.
most Android devices ship with 2 or more app store preloaded.
Just okay, so I guess that's fair to say because most Android phones that are being sold, like a big chunk of it is Samsung phones, and Samsung
Right.
has their own thing.
Well, I think
Samsung has
and
their own app store, and so does who else does?
Huawei, and Huawei has their own everything now.
Yeah, Huawei has to
Um,
have their own. But somebody else does too. I can't remember who it is.
In fact, most Android ship with a and in popular Android devices such as the Amazon Fire tablet comes preloaded with a competitive app store and no Google Play Store.
Well, they can't take any credit for that because the only reason Amazon has it because they had to make a forked version because
It's a forked
Google,
version of Android, yes.
right? Because Google wouldn't play ball with them.
Well, why is
No, I
Google
don't know about
making a
that.
big deal about this? Because Google is so. Google Android itself is free. Like anyone could download Android and put it on a device. Now you have to pay the licenses to get like access to the Play Store, YouTube, Google Suite,
Right.
and all the Google services on said
Right.
device. So Google is pretty much saying, "See, we don't charge everyone money. Like we just offer the shitty stuff for free, and not everyone wants to pay us for our premium services."
That's a good point.
That's pretty much what it is.
I mean, and again, outside of us people sitting here talking, and the people in the chat, who really knows to go to the App Store on a Samsung phone, the Google, Galaxy?
Well, no, I can
How
tell
many
you.
people
Samsung
you
pushes
really?
it kind of hard.
No. I can tell you.
I'll
Just
help
in
you
the,
go
just
to the
in the
Galaxy
last 6
Store.
months, Samsung is always pushing their app store
Yeah.
on the phone all the time, almost every day.
That's why I got rid of
Okay.
my S. That's
Has
why
it
my
affected you,
Note 8
George?
was my last-
Huh?
Has it affected, like, how many times do you open the App Store, the Galaxy Store?
I update the apps and that's it. I never use it.
I'm going to tell you now. Don't update every app on your Samsung phone. Do not update every app because a lot of them have sneaky ways of getting unnecessary ads to said app.
Okay.
Or
I'm not a bit surprised at that.
and I've been able to keep Bixby at bay. As much as I started using it, I think I was using it on my S9. My S10, I refuse to update.
I remember you did use it on your S9, but
Yes.
I never use Bixby no matter what they do.
Well,
So-
yeah, just go ahead.
Now,
Go ahead,
Eleanor
Oscar.
tried using Bixby for a while, and she liked it, I think, at first, but then it started getting on her nerves too, and she stopped.
So the main reason I actually switched me and my wife to iOS and iPhones, me mostly because I already had my MacBook and I already had an iPad, and I'm like, why not just complete the circle? On my wife, it was because we were getting tired of every time the boys grabbed the phone. All of a sudden, like she'd grab her phone and she had all these ads coming out of nowhere. I'm like, you know what phone that would never happen with, that doesn't have access to like the home screen for ads, is an iPhone. And
Okay,
that's
true.
primarily the reason why, because like the whole like side load, like I get the whole fight against like, you know, everyone should have freedom to download like from other like websites and wherever they want to side load, but it's not for everyone. And like
No, I
the
agree.
fact that it can happen accidentally, like I like the fact that iOS is so closed and like it's so like
in some ways it is beneficial. I'm with you, Big House. I always auto download them too.
But let me ask you this though, Oscar. Why? How can I say this without sounding poor? Why not a Pixel? Why not get your wife over to a Pixel?
because at the end of the day, it's the same thing. Like she.
Well, you don't get the
Pixel for a
ads. You
while.
don't get the ads on Pixel.
You download the wrong app, you get the ads on anything. You download one wrong app on Android, you get that because.
So does your wife download, you know, the apps that you would tell her not to download? Is that what you're saying? Or
Well, no, the kids would. The kids would grab her phone, play
Oh,
a
okay,
game,
yeah,
and
that
get
would
an
make
ad on the
sense.
game, and then download another game. And the
yeah,
thing is,
kids do that to
with-
everybody.
Yeah, that would do it.
and with iOS, like yes, you can download apps, but when you get the ads when you're in the app.
Wait
I've had-
a minute. Ads like somehow snake themselves into the OS of the phone.
No,
Yes.
but kids always download,
True.
you know, games, and then you know you're going to get ads as soon as you open the game.
And on Android, ads can like, you know, it's gotten better now,
over the home
but you
screen.
can still get the way into the notification shade, your lock screen. And
Yeah.
before, you know, 2 years ago, they would just straight up pop up on your UI on the
Mhm.
home screen.
That is true. That is true.
But
Yes, I did the change the DNS thing. I just didn't want to mess with it. I was.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I was at the
people
point
don't
where
want to
like
go
this
through the
is
hassle.
annoying. Well,
Yeah.
like so I remember I had one customer when I worked at Verizon that he would come in every few months and say it's happening again, and it would just be like his phone would just be getting ads, and like no matter what we did, it just like we delete all the apps and
Gary's saying it's a personal choice, not the yeah. Because if your kids are downloading stuff, it's a personal choice on your phone whether your kids are doing it or you're doing it. It's true.
yeah, it's
but
I'm
like,
not
you know,
blaming
why do the
OEM.
ads have to be all over the place? Like, can't Google do something about that on Android? Like, you know, just could you keep the ads on the app?
When you download a free app most of the time. No, that's something. Well, the thing is, like, yes, when you download an app, it asks for your password. But most of the time, when you download a free app, you just set it so it just downloads. But
That's
here's the
true.
thing: a lot of the time, and I've seen it happen before, some of these apps are side loading other apps because Google.
are
has
they?
a theory.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't know
See,
that.
see, that's what Google is working on to try and prevent. That's almost a malware situation. I've seen plenty of talk about different
Yeah, Trojan
apps that they
horse.
pull because of doing that sneaky stuff in the first
Okay.
place.
Yeah, and that's how you would get malware. And of
Mhm.
course,
Yeah.
Gary's being Gary here. Okay.
Well, yeah, like again, even if it is my fault, I don't. No matter what, no matter how much I fuck up, I don't have to deal with it on an iOS device at all.
I'm looking at the comments. Oh, you know, in the end, though, I get what you're saying because I was trying to take the iOS route. You know, the Apple iOS, go deep into the Apple ecosystem, and it came to the point where it was like, I'm not enjoying this. This is frustrating. It's I have a certain way I want my Android phone. Well, I wanted my Apple phone to be Android. So I pretty
That's
much,
right. You
I
tried
pretty
hard,
much,
yeah.
I pretty much
Yeah.
wash my hands. So, you know, to each their own fruit.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
switching back to
But
Android
as
this
Gary
year,
is
but
saying,
I'm-
free is never free. That's true.
no.
No.
Yeah, I'm switching back to Android this year, but my wife's at the point where she's happy with her iPhone. But if I switch to Android, like I'm not gonna let the kids use the phone because Google has to clean up. Like,
Oh
I
yeah, you
think if-
definitely don't want the kids grabbing it on an Android.
Well, let me ask you something, Oscar. Have you ever considered doing the two phone thing?
I did that for like 3 years when I worked at Verizon. It was the most annoying thing ever, and I am saving so much money.
How
now
so
by
was
having my phone.
because
Yeah, why was it annoying?
Like at the time, I just didn't like. People would always ask me like, "Why do you have two phones?" And I'm just like, "Oh, because I just like to have one of each." No one would call my other phone, like, you know.
Yeah, see, I carry an iPhone and an Android phone every day, but
Mhm.
when people
carry
ask why do you
three
carry
phones
two
every
phones,
day.
and you say, well, because I do YouTube on my channel, then they kind of let it go. They
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of expect
Well, I
that.
was-
We don't know what that means.
Well, I was doing it because I had my phone for work, my work phone and my personal phone.
Oh,
As
like
soon as I
Mike.
quit, as soon as I quit Verizon, I was like, well, I don't need two phones anymore. Let me save $60 a month because I don't need two phones anymore.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and the cost of having the second line, I just wanted to point out to you, there are plenty of MVNOs out there that you can easily do. Like US Mobile
Oh,
is a perfect example. For $20 a month, 5 gigs of data. You're not pulling a lot of data, but it's just giving you the essence of of course, they keep the Android phone on the second line. You can tinker, you can play with. That's why
Exactly.
I keep it still an iPhone, just to get the experience of when everybody talks about, did you see this? Did you see that? Or the new OS or whatever the case may be. So
Yeah,
And see,
I'm planning to do
with
that
me,
when the
I
Pixel 6
use
comes out.
I use my iPhone and my Android phone every single
Mhm.
day. And when I want to play around, like Mike said, I have a third line, but I have three
Right.
lines just for me. So,
and just recently, I really been turning to my iPhone as a second line for work. And when I when I get a new technician joining the branch, I give them both phone numbers, and I've been making calls. I just had a situation with a customer who wanted to send me pictures of a part they needed, and being typical Samsung, I don't know why it wouldn't download. It would actually send me that little circle spinning saying download, and I couldn't open the way it was
Right.
formatted. It wouldn't open it in my S10.
but on an iPhone, it would, I bet you.
He had an iPhone. That was the thing. And
Yeah.
sure enough, all his name was Jerome. I said,
Okay.
I messaged Jerome back. I said, do you have an iPhone? Yes. I said, use this number. Send this picture to me. It's an iPhone. And sure enough,
Yeah, exactly.
like that, I got all the pictures.
Which is always one of Will's big points, right?
yeah, but it wouldn't. But I haven't experienced that problem in a long time. Using, I don't know. It's something about Samsung. I feel it's something with Samsung and how they don't play well with whatever format. Mind you, Apple uses a different format at times. Like the MP3 or MP4 or a JPEG or stuff like that.
And they have their own that's totally different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple
So
uses HEIC for photos.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
High efficiency photos, yeah.
But so that was definitely what was going on, and I was on a Samsung phone. Now, I get pictures all the time from Apple people on my OnePlus. I still have the N10 and the Pixel, and I have no issues whatsoever. So
Okay.
no, I is there more to this thing you got to read? Oh my God, it's longer than I thought. Anyway, getting back to the story, it does talk about it talks about different app stores that they have, access, and it goes into it. But it's just interesting is they painted a picture of people having a choice. Now, how many people, going back to, obviously you debunked my theory on the Galaxy Store, but how many people will go and say, oh, I want this app, and know about side loading, knowing about I cannot think of the other, I got to Google it now. There is another.
The majority of people don't know about side loading and don't want to know.
And if they try to side load it, all these Android phones are the switch is kicked on to say, hey, you're downloading something,
app,
right, and it gives you that horrific warning. Most people will go, no. You know, so to it's a double-edged sword, because then that's how people get malware.
That's
and,
true.
and don't know any better. We would know, or we would take a chance on a secondary phone to try this app out and see, get hacked, or
Well,
you got
I rarely sideload, but I only sideload if I see it from like Android Authority or Android Central, or one of you guys recommends something to me.
right within the group. And again, nobody would do that.
Right.
It's crazy because I feel like we're all tech people here, but none of us I've only sideloaded one app in my whole time, and I sideloaded the Google Camera app on the OnePlus 6T.
Oh yeah, and we all kind of sideload that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's because that was such a good camera app, and it brought the software with it, and the OnePlus did a very good job at taking pictures with that camera app versus their stock camera app.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Gary. Yeah, that's where I usually down APKs from APK Mirror. Yeah,
Okay.
I trust that one. APK Mirror or APK Pure. My main things that I sideloaded was the Amazon App Store, any stuff from F-Droid, which was Android apps that are open source. And I
don't even know about that one.
I don't even bother.
And that's just it. Nobody knows, just us techies really know. And I just Googled, just for giggles, 9 alternative Android app stores. Slide Me, Amazon App Store, One Mobile Market, Samsung Galaxy Apps, Mobile 9, Opera Mobile Store.
Yep. Opera.
What's this?
Like Opera, the web browser?
Yep.
Yeah,
Opera, the web browser.
I didn't know there was one.
Right.
Oh, sure.
And does Mozilla have one?
I'm sorry?
Mozilla has one too, right? An app store.
Mobago, Mobago, Mobango.
No,
And the last one is F-Droid, that's the one I've heard before.
And there's also another one. There's one called Pedal Store, which is what a lot of people that use Huawei's to get apps at Google Apps on their phone.
Okay.
That's
Nigel should know about that one.
Just said.
Jason, Google will now be switching to bundle downloads in the future, and APK Mirror already supports. Okay. That makes sense. That's right. I did read something.
Google was moving away from APKs on the Play Store.
Okay. Interesting. This is one of the best things about you being here, Mike, because you always come up with something that we're all interested in.
Mm.
And we all learn what we have just discussed.
And like I say, if I subscribe to Hiroshi, I would, because sometimes he comes out with stuff for about Google first before pretty much breaking news, and sometimes he brings out stuff like going, "You're just being a salesman," you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, this whole article is a defense against.
I scroll down here and it says in 2020, the Android app economy, included Google Play, helped create 1.98 million American jobs. Huh?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Again, salesman.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. So
what this app bundle thing actually is interesting because.
What exactly is this app? I've seen this being kicked around about an app bundle.
It's a different way of pretty much packaging the application on the App Store. So there's smaller file sizes, so there's smaller apps.
That's what we had to do with CyanogenMon, right? And Lineage OS, where if you wanted to get the Google apps, they came pre-bundled though.
Okay.
Right? I'm asking Oscar.
I'm not sure about that. All I
never
do know is that Google has been pushing their. So one of the biggest complaints recently is Google's new framework, the new SDK, Flutter.
Right.
And a lot of the biggest complaints with Flutter is that their app sizes, their APKs are so big. I wonder if they're kind of doing this bundle thing because they're having trouble.
I thought one of the points of Flutter was specifically to do the bundle thing.
Now, Dave, look what Dave's is writing here. No, it's Google moving away from APKs,
Yeah,
which is interesting.
Google-
I wonder what that.
they're going with the app.
We
I'm
need.
thinking-
I
I'm thinking in Google's case, they're going to think it's going to make it safer, and I'm guessing it probably will.
There is a guy right there. That guy right there, Days, has the inside track on what's going on. He understands because he's Mr.
He just-
Rooter.
Yep.
So
he
we
does-
need to have him
he does
on.
his research. You know.
We need to have
It'll
this
be-
guy on next week. I'm sorry, I don't want to impose, but he can explain better because he put the thing about partitioning and why when you do a Samsung when you get a Samsung update, it takes 900 years still to this day, and saying it's updating 4,000 apps, where versus my Pixel phone or a OnePlus phone or an LG phone in the newest OSs, it I can't talk right now. Partitions, thank you. Another sip, please.
The sips are making it worse.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of this. Okay, I'm free entertainment here. All right, everybody has a giggle on my drinking. You know, that word. It splits the two, and this way you go. It's pardon my French, shit and get. You know what I mean? He was the one that confirmed what I thought, but he explained it in so much clarity. So,
and
sorry, Dave, I'm putting you on the spot.
Here he's explaining this stuff again. This prevents most APK sharing, but APK Mirror introduced bundle installs a while ago.
That might be a bother. Can't share APKs. I use that. One of the best things about Zender. No. That's what I use for my pirate apps. If I want to get it from one phone to another, and I don't want to have to search for that pirate app again.
Somebody will make sure we can all get it. You can count on that.
So, Ted, you rooted before? You played around with a little bit of different stuff in the Android?
Yeah, I did that with what phones I did that with? I did that with my Moto G. I think it was the G2 or the G, and the Axon 7. It ran Lineage, and then for the Moto G, it ran Signage and Mod. For
Isn't
Lineage,
it amazing? Isn't that amazing? You have to go and do that to keep up on the most recent updates, like the next OS, but yet you get Qualcomm saying, "Oh no, we're only good for 2 years." Is that such?
Yeah,
bold?
apparently Oscar was saying apparently the HTC HD2, the Windows phone, is now on Android 11. That came out 6 years ago,
Yeah, exactly.
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
No,
And-
11 years ago. At this
And
point, you
it's
said
working fine.
2010.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's working fine.
I don't know if
but
it's
there's
working
a group
fine.
of developers that somehow rooted
That's-
it and got it
The
working.
fact that it's working at all is pretty amazing.
That's an
11
old
years
phone. I don't
later.
know if it's working fine. That's an 11-year-old phone.
Yeah, like my
What
my
in the world?
1989 Honda Civic drove fine, but it had cut springs, so but it drove right.
Here, Ted, he's answering your objection. You can still install APKs, but the Play Store in the future will be using bundle packages for newer apps, and devs can update to it. Okay.
Okay, so I can still use Zender to share the APKs wirelessly. Okay.
All right, Days. You need to. Do you follow me on Twitter? You need to send me a message with your email.
You don't have your socials on your website, George?
Yes, I do.
Help him help you. Help us.
Yeah, go on the show notes at the bottom. I always have. Go follow me on Twitter, and I'll follow you back, and then we can message each other.
Yeah, I see it
You
now.
don't mind.
Share this on Facebook and the Twitters.
Okay. What is Ren saying?
Y'all on Twitter,
Our internet sucks here, so more than an hour. Wow, that's bad
Wow.
for a 3A. Yeah, that's more like an iPhone update for me.
You know what I miss the most about my Pixel? The automatic updates where it would update in the background, and you're like, just restart your phone. It's already updated. That's so nice.
He already follows on Twitter, so he'll DM me. Okay, so he'll be on next week. So this is good because Ted will not be on next week because it's he and his girlfriend's anniversary.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
Got no idea what I wanted to do. It's always on
I'll say
me to
that
find
to
stuff.
Cool.
Why is it
So,
always gotta find
so
stuff to do?
I was going to share one other thing. It's just
Wait, Mike. Wait, you're getting some love from Renz. Look at that. That's wait, I missed where there it is. That's nice.
You just
That's
came
nice.
in. Red, you just came in.
I'm blushing. Here, another sip. Anyway, thank you, Raz. Thank you. Yeah, I know. Thank you. You're one of the you and Eleanor too. We'll call Eleanor too.
Yeah.
One of the and Eleanor, one of her biggest supporters.
Yep.
Everybody here, but Razzie,
But
he'll hit me up.
you
He'll
can
hit
see
me up
it's
on
been-
Telegram and say, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean?
But it's been so great that you showed up the last couple of weeks. It's been awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I got done late, but I still had the energy to eat some dinner and get up here and do my thing. So
We appreciate it.
thank you guys. Thank you.
Look at this.
So-
Even Gary's saying something nice about it. This is way off kilter.
I'm just saying, no one's saying nice stuff to me.
Oscar, that
Nobody
I don't know,
cares.
Your trim is looking good today. Okay. Look, Oscar.
Nobody's nice to a beer addiction, man.
And there you go. Oscar is the new horseman. There you go. You're you're the new horseman.
I am hoping so, Renz. I am hoping very much. Oscar, I'm hoping you're going to keep coming back every week. So
I can't promise every week, but I'll definitely be back as many times as I
and
can.
Oscar has little kids, so I can always cut him some slack for that, just like Will.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Look at Miss Ellen. Oh, come on, man. Now he's going to have the big head.
Is that why you always have the shades on, Mike?
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me go put them on again.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ain't no sunshine when you're gone.
Boom, boom, boom. I forget the next
not
line.
warm when you're away.
Go ahead. Boom, boom, boom. Wait.
Fuck, Jay.
There ain't no sunshine when you're gone. Okay.
Try to stay in the
Ow.
same key.
I know.
Stay in the-
Poor Oscar. I just blew
Try to
his
stay in the
ears out.
same key. Try to stay in the same door.
Oh, Big House has something to come down on you with, though. There you go. He's still salty for selling you Moto Edge. Okay.
All right. I know.
So James cares about me. Appreciates James.
I'm sure James is just saying that.
Oh no, James know what he did on
Oscar
Instagram.
just said about 25 minutes ago that his next phone is going to be an Android. So
That's right.
Reevaluate.
Yeah.
James stole my name on Instagram. I'm not mad at him. I respect it, but James stole my Instagram idea. My 12-year-old Instagram idea.
Anyway, I'm glad you're getting all this love, Mike. And of course, Will gets the same thing when he shows up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why does Mike look like he lives?
But
What?
lately you've been
Like-
more regular for us, and that's greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Mike.
Yes. Go ahead.
Just a question. Since you've been showing up, and Ted's not going to be here next week, do you want to host next week?
No.
Or you want me to do? Okay,
Yeah, you just
wanna
do
make
it.
sure.
Yeah, because something gets
Okay.
snafu at work. I don't want to promise nothing.
I understand. Okay, and Oscar, anytime you want to try hosting, you let me know.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, I would help you too, but we're pros, so any kind of help with setup, you can hit us up. All right.
Okay.
Obviously, Ted is the pro here. Look at that bokeh behind him.
Oh, hands down, man. Hands down.
Crispy.
Yep.
Oh,
Blurry.
I don't get any credit for my creative green screens every week. Come on now.
You got rid of the movie.
You got that, yeah. You got that, and I love when you hold up a bottle that has green fluid. It goes through.
There you go. There you go. Oh, let me give her the story. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. See, You can see right
There you
through me. Look, my face through the bottle. Wow.
What was it? Yeah.
BB-8 right through the bottle.
What was it?
Let's leave it like
Great.
that.
Jerome has been MIA for months. Yeah, Jerome has been MIA for a while.
He just got too busy, and we understood that.
Yeah.
Now Gary's hungry for it. Yeah, has anybody else tried that chai tea? I love that thing.
Where's that from?
What is that?
Burger King. I'm a Burger King guy. So is Elnor. So yeah, it's that new sandwich. It is gigantic.
Is it?
Where's it again?
Yeah, it is good.
I don't know if it's just like Connecticut thing, but like the Burger Kings up here suck. Like every single Burger King.
They
up
suck
here
in Texas as well.
just suck.
Okay, see here they're fine.
Horrible. Like, and I don't even know what's going on with their chicken nuggets. Something's off. Like, their chicken nuggets are way too cheap, and they don't feel like chicken. It's like
Look, if I can buy 10 chicken nuggets for
like
$1,
the Burger King is like, you can get 10 nuggets here for $1. That's like red flag 1.
Well, that's probably true. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, I'm not going to go on with the stories because it's 9:45, and I think these discussions have become much more interesting to people. Look at Gary. I hear Jerome was helping Russia with tax.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Before we wrap up, George, can I just it's not. I mean, it's an article, but it is just something that just broke today, real fast. President Biden signs executive order targeting right to repair, ISP, net neutrality, and more.
Yeah, we had that as a story last week, and I think that's a very good thing.
Yeah, and an hour ago, The Verge released the FCC is being asked to restore net neutrality rules. Yeah. So we're heading in the right direction. And
I thought as soon as Biden got in, I had assumed net neutrality would be coming back. Didn't you?
Well, isn't it the FCC that rules everything anyway? So like,
that's the thing. It mentions about the board of governors. Something about the board of governors on the FCC. And they need somebody to just even initiate the kickstart to get the process potentially going.
Exactly.
But it's definitely promising that with all what's going on in the world, you've gotten we're getting over COVID. The president's focus was to get get the shots out there, get America back to where it was, and to have this brought up this soon. I didn't think we'd hear about net neutrality until next year, to be perfectly honest.
I'm good. We are. Okay.
Yeah.
Oscar. Are you messing with your camera again?
No, I think he's tending to the Ninos.
Okay. Oscar, you're being called out.
I am plugging in my laptop charger because even though my M1 has been unplugged for like 5 hours, 6 hours now, nonstop use, it's finally dying.
You see you're being called out here, right?
Oscar can talk about you today.
James, you are right.
Okay, there you go. You got to give the man credit for honesty, man.
Look, it's I just got this really nice new case. Like,
there you go.
It's hard to switch after you spend $50 on a leather case. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Yeah, big house. I think we all want that, but I don't think it's going to happen because I think both sides of the aisle are too much against Huawei. That's my guess.
I want Huawei back, but I only want my Nexus 6P back.
I had given my Nexus 6P to my.
Hey, Oscar, just give it a minute.
That died, and then her daughter inherited it. So
just give it a minute, because guess what? If Qualcomm's going to get in bed with Zeus, anything's possible. Okay.
But that came out with a $1,500 smartphone. What?
I don't think you're going to be getting rid of $1,000 phones because some of us are getting ready to pay $1,300 to $1,500 for phones.
Yeah.
You know what, James? James just said yes. Apple ecosystem's so strong. Just because you want me to stay with Apple, I'm gonna switch to Android
Is-
just to
is-
piss
is-
you off.
is
I'm gonna show up on
James
Clubhouse
yours,
one
Will?
day.
James sounds like he's Oscar's Will.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You're right. I'm the antagonizer for Android.
Look at his
yeah,
name. He is James Apple.
James
That's
Apple.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right.
Another juice drinker.
Yeah.
It really sucks though that Qualcomm. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it more, why did Qualcomm have to get in bed with Asus to make a phone? Couldn't they just made a laptop or something?
I'm interested to see what it looks like, but of course,
Or a tablet? Like the last time Asus made a tablet with somebody else with Google, it was like the best Android tablet of all time, the Nexus 7.
All right, guys. I just wanted to put this out there on Twitter right now. Team 100 apparently is going on tonight.
okay, all right, folks. So I guess we're wrapping up the right time. Team 100 is going to be on, so you all 10 o'clock. You can all cut
Just
over there.
go find.
Whose channel is it on?
I don't know. Here, let me click the link and I'll tell you.
Okay.
It is on BG.
Okay.
It's going to be on BG's channel. So,
All right. So
all right.
you'll have Team 100 to get some more exciting discussions about this stuff, and those guys will always come with the good stuff. So,
Yep.
Team 100 at 10 o'clock. And
Yes, sir.
thanks to everybody who came around. Thanks for the super chat. You guys are awesome. And the most exciting thing tonight was Eleanor 2 coming back. We were so happy to have you back, and we have really missed you.
Eleanor, too.
Yeah.
Mrs. E.
Missy.
This is E. Yes.
Before we go, I just want to say,
Oh, Renz, thank you, sir. You're so kind. Another super chat. Man is very faithful.
Yes, very much. What do you got, Oscar?
Right.
What do you got?
And Dave says good chat, and we're looking forward to seeing you next week, brother. Go ahead, Oscar.
no, James said I can't run around with an Android and got a name like James Apple. James, it's easy. Just change your name. James Android. I can see that.
How about just James Pixel?
James-
One or the other.
James, you're making yourself sound
James
like
Galaxy.
a sheep. I mean, come on now.
Bad.
Maybe he's a knight. Maybe he's an Apple knight. Not a Samsung knight.
Yeah, let's
I don't know.
The Samsung. The Samsung Knights seem like they want to beat up everybody who's not
Yeah,
on
right.
Samsung.
Yeah.
All right, so one last,
Thanks, Gary.
I guess, really bad dad joke before we head out.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do you call a security guard in the Galaxy store? In the Samsung Galaxy store?
What?
Is it Guardians of the Galaxy?
Oh,
Okay.
very good. That's my
Ow.
kind. That's my
Ow.
kind. That's my kind.
Go to the corner.
I'm
Oh.
already in the corner. Hey, where do you think I am? I'm already in the corner.
Yeah, I had that feeling where the light switches in the background.
All right, I've got one. I was listening to I listen to preachers a lot when I'm working, so I was listening to one today, and he said a preacher he walked into a bank and he saw this little old lady just walking slowly into the vault, and a few minutes later, this gorgeous young lady came out of the vault. He grabs her son and says, "Go get your mother." That was great. All right, so we ended up with corny stuff. I love that.
Yeah. So,
Look at James. He's still sticking with it. Okay.
oh yeah,
James Pickle don't have a ringtone.
yeah. Him
Right.
and Will get along great. I can tell.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, folks. Thanks for everybody coming in. So we'll be back again on Mobile Geezer next week because Ted and his girlfriend are going to be celebrating their 2-year anniversary. So everybody say happy anniversary to Ted.
Happy anniversary to Ted.
Exactly.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna sing it and make your ears bleed like Mike, but I'll just say happy anniversary, Ted.
Yes.
Put on a
All
good
right.
show so I have something to rewatch. So I can join the rewatch crew with Brian.
All right.
Exactly.
Cool.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next week.
All
All
right.
right, good night, everyone.
See you now.